these are some tips and tricks that have really helped me, made my life a lot easier and a lot less expensive when I'm running trips out there. First, to avoid my eyes on my rod freezing, I'll give them all a little shot of WD-40 in the morning when I'm fishing outside. If I'm in the hut, there's no need for me to spray it on. But for guys that like to fish outside, grab one of those little tins of WD-40 at Canadian Tire. You know, you see them in the front. Just spray a little bit on the eyes, and you're good to go. Secondly, is a shovel. Rapala actually makes a real cool one. I don't know how new it is. I've just seen it this year, but maybe it's been around for a while. But it's a folding shovel. It comes out to about that big. What that does is it allows you to clear off the ice where you're fishing, whether it's inside or outside. But the best part of fishing when you have a hut is when you have all the snow cleared off and you get a fish, you can see them swimming under the ice. I always find it real cool. It's a lot more comfortable. Instead of snow melting all around. Any of you guys ever heard of seal skins? Anybody? You have? These gloves here are probably the best gloves I've ever bought. They're 50 bucks a pair, but they're 100% waterproof, and they're probably like super thin, and they're warm. You can buy them at Bass Pro Shops. I encourage all you guys, especially fishing Niagara River and doing that Laker stuff in December, you're freezing your hand. I guarantee you wear these, 100% waterproof, your hands will be warm. You can wear a glove over it, or you can wear a mitt over it, and your hands will be nice and toasty for the day. I wouldn't lie, it's not a sponsored thing, these things are great. This cigar cutter here, I use that for cutting minnows in half when I'm running, you know, the minnow head thing. It's a lot easier than grabbing your pliers or your scissors. Just throw the minnow in there and a quick snap and it's done. Very easy. This here is actually something I stumbled onto last year. Are you guys familiar with the refill adapters? You guys ever hear about them? Yeah. So I've worked out the math. So a refill adapter is actually an adapter illegal in Canada, but it's legal in the States. Don't ask me why. You can hook it up to a 20-pound tank and refill your 1-pound tanks. So for me to fill up a 20-pound tank, it cost me 17 bucks. So that's 21-pound tanks. For me to buy 21-pound tanks, it'll cost me 100 bucks. Do the math, you get one of these, you fill it up, it only fills up to 70%, but they're like 12 bucks. You keep your tins for months.
Where'd you get the adapter?
I got it out of a steel fitting shop in Minnesota. Just ordered it all. Cabela's have it too. Yeah.
Cabela's, Amazon, a whole bunch of them
A
sell.
whole bunch of them have it, yeah. But it's certainly a money saver because those tanks are complete revenue.
You tried the freezing the small bottles and heating up your big bottle?
This here,
You get
you get more in it, yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is if I have, and yeah, I agree with you. If I have a group of like 6 guys, I got 25 tanks. It's 7 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? It's just like, and I got a trip the next day. It's just fill it up. And so if you need more, I'll go get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that does work. And there's something with dish soap or and getting one really cold. And
Flip the big one upside down.
that's right. These are another cool little invention, although this one's a little pricey. That one's called the Dry Hands Minnow Bucket. If you get a chance, check it out. It's a minnow contraption that'll hold up to 3 dozen minnows. You have all your water with an aerator built in. It has a stick up here that you just lift up and the minnow pops out. No water on your hands. The worst thing in the world. Listen, when you're ice fishing, man, your hands get cold. That's what makes your hands cold is that water from those minnows. That's what freezes your hands, is the minnow. This thing also, this is also really cool. That's called a quick minnow dispenser. It's like a little Windex jug and you just tip it. The minnow comes out to the thing here, all the water goes back and it just pops out. These things, that'll make your life a lot easier. Yeah. Anybody have any questions? No one?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the WD-40 on on your rod there, doesn't that affect the line?
No.
It wouldn't
No,
weaken the line at all?
No. I've never had any issues with the eyes. I give it a shot in the morning before everything goes out. It's not like I'm covering it, just a quick.
Yeah, because I use WD-40 for cleaning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I've used it for
yeah,
everything
on
I've
the
used.
line. Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
I've never had an issue with it. Maybe that's why my partner snapped a big one off today. Maybe we're looking at that. But yeah, no, I haven't had any problems.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about the WD-40 too. Does that not affect the fish, like the scent of it, or?
No, I haven't had any problems with it. The only issues that I have with fish scent, honestly, is gasoline and pike. if I catch a pike, I'll rip the lure off and I won't do bait quinny especially. I don't know if it's a myth to me, but I really feel that pike scent will really throw off a fish.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen before. I've had a lure actually pulling boards, you catch a pike on, you won't get a fish off it.
Another thing too, when you go over to, when you guys go fishing with you, with the backslars and stuff, you gotta bring all your own equipment, or you supply that, so you take you guys out?
No, for our guiding business, we have two different choices. We have one called the guided trip, which is a guy that brings all their own gear. They'll just essentially pay me to put them on a spot where we're catching fish. The premium trip is we provide all the backslars, we provide the rods, reels, full orientation on the ice. And hopefully, I mean, the whole goal is when you come out with me, is that the next time you come to Big Quinte, you can go do it on your own. Obviously, I love repeat business, but my passion is teaching people how to fish and making them a better angler on the body of water that I know best. And more often than not, we're pretty good at accomplishing that. But if you guys ever want to come out, just give me a buzz. I mean, mention that you're from Straight Line, and I'm certainly, if you're coming up, I'll put you on fish. You let me know when you're coming, I'll tell you where to go fish. I'll have no issue with that. Like, Roy will have a great day tomorrow, I promise. As long as he's not Mariah. I have one more slide. I just go through some pictures of this is our last 2 weeks on the ice here. Just to illustrate some of the quality of fish that we're getting. That one there is in an area called Hickory Lane that I was telling Roy about there. That one's a 12-pounder. It was a real tank coming through the ice there. It's another. All these fish are all 10-pound plus. You know, coming up to the Bay of Quinte and understanding the body of water and just doing a little bit of research, like on the local, like I said, local message boards, calling tackle shops, even sending me an email, will make your day a lot more productive than just driving up to a body of water like the Bay of Quinte, not knowing where you're going and just going on ice and punching holes for the day. There's plenty of resources available and guys that are willing to help you out and put you on fish. And you know, just by talking, these are certainly some quality fish that you can get onto by you know, networking and getting other people to help you out. So I just go ahead.
Do you promote with all these people that you're taking out? Do you try to promote catch and release with these big hogs, or you let them use their own judgment and take it down?
I'm actually pretty adamant that any fish over 6 pounds goes back home. There's nowhere, I've seen it before. I actually seen a guy last year with a 15-pounder on the ice and taking it home to show Dad, and I'm like, well, what are you gonna do with it, you know? Yeah, absolutely, back down the hole. Personally, I don't even eat fish, oddly enough. Yeah, weird, eh? But yeah, I have a real hard time with that. I try to counsel clients or friends that when they do come out, that you know, we do promote catch and release. You know, we want our kids, our grandkids, to be able to come up to these bodies of water and enjoy the same fishing that we are. I mean, don't forget, 50 years ago, it was probably 100 times better than it was. I mean, large in part, people keeping monster fish, netting, commercial fishing. So we've got to try to conserve as best we can. Yes, sir.
Has anybody fished at Desirado yet at the bridge? Has there been any safe ice there
If you
yet?
got your boat, you can get out there now.
Yeah, no,
Serious?
like 2 weeks ago, were they?
No, if you had your boat, no, it's open water.
It's still open water?
Open water. Yeah.
And Foresters Island?
Foresters, you might be able to squeeze out on. Well, that's good. I didn't send you right.
I've been waiting for the world.
Yeah, you could probably get out there. I don't. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it.
How important is current? I've never fished Quinte yet myself through the ice, but I've been reading a little bit.
That's a good question,
I hear
actually.
some guys, they don't feel as confident on the spot if there's no current, visible current present.
Okay.
What are your
Well,
thoughts?
can we go back to the first slide with the map on it? You don't mind? If that's possible. And I'll actually just explain something kind of cool in this area. Yeah, that one there, sure. So this area here, this is north, going this way, south this way, west and east. So this area, the current runs, Deseroto's up here. For you guys that have come up for your annual get-together, Picton and Adolphus reaches down this way. The current runs from north to south. We do fish in a little bit of current, obviously not too much because you'll be fishing on like next to no ice. But you're probably looking at a current rate of about 0.1 or 0.2, especially when you put the camera down, you can see stuff, you know, whizzing by. It is good to fish in the current because it is running north to south. These fish are facing north. So what happens is there's a bit of a surge there. The current will stop sometimes. which is peak activity times that you pay attention to. When you're drilling your holes there, a lot of times you're gonna have to drill a hole 2 feet in front of you, because your Vexlar, or your Humminbird or whatever, your ice deucer's gonna have to go in that hole, and your jig's gonna have to come down here because the current's gonna sweep it away. Once you notice that your jig is starting to come back this way, you're not marking it on your flasher, you will notice an increase in activity. Because what happens is when that current stops, it enables those fish to get up and start moving around. Because once that current comes through, those fish just sit right down at the bottom. And they barely move. They barely move. On high current days, I've been in there, especially lately with the runoff from that real warm temperature, literally had a transducer hole 10 feet from me. Because your jig's way down there, even with a 3/4 ounce. So, yeah, it's not fun. But yeah, I mean, stagnant water is a little, yeah. But guys in Big Bay, there's no current in there, and they whack fish. There's such skinny water, those fish that are in there are all in there to eat, right? So, yeah. Any more questions, guys? No? Well, thank you all for having me. I appreciate this. It's been a great time. Like I said, if you guys ever coming out to the Bay of Quinte and need some information, give me a call. I'd be more than happy to help you out. All right?